Are you an engineer drowning in a sea of repetitive tasks, constantly formatting code, updating dependencies, or manually checking logs? What if you could reclaim hours of your week, not just minutes? In this video, we're diving deep into practical, real-world automation hacks that will transform your engineering workflow and boost your productivity like never before. Stick around, because by the end of this, ULL have a clear roadmap to automating the boring stuff and getting back to what you love, solving real problems. Let's be honest, the daily grind of repetitive tasks is soul-crushing. That constant cycle of code formatting, dependency updates, manually trawling through logs for that one error message. It's not just tedious, it's a creativity killer. For engineers, manual is the enemy of innovation. Every moment you spend on a task that a machine could do is a moment you not designing, architecting, or solving the next big challenge. Think about it. Let's quantify this time sink. If you spend just 30 minutes a day on these manual chores, it might not seem like much. But over a year, that adds up to over 120 hours. That's 3 full work weeks. 3 weeks you could have spent learning a new framework, contributing to an open-source project, or simply enjoying a better work-life balance. Imagine what you could achieve with 3 extra weeks. That's the real cost of sticking to manual processes. It's time to claim that time back. So, where do we start? Let's begin with the low-hanging fruit, the automation arsenal that will give you immediate wins. First up, consistent code quality without even thinking about it. If you're not using auto-formatters and linters on save, you're working too hard. Setting up tools like Prettier for web development or Black for Python is a 5-minute job. Integrate them into your editor's save action. And you'll never have a debate about tabs versus spaces or brace placement in a pull request again. This simple step ensures your entire team's codebase is clean, consistent, and readable, saving countless hours in code reviews. Next, let's talk about scripting. How often do you create new components, set up project boilerplate, or run the same sequence of 5 terminal commands? These are perfect candidates for a simple script. Whether you prefer Bash or Python, you can write a short script to handle these routine file operations. Imagine typing one command, like create new service, and having it automatically generate the folder structure, starter files, and initial configuration. This isn't complex. It's just about identifying a pattern and writing a few lines of code to handle it for you. And finally, within your own IDE, there's a treasure trove of untapped power. We all know basic shortcuts like copy and paste, but are you truly leveraging your editor's capabilities? Learn the commands for multi-cursor editing, creating custom code snippets for frequently used blocks, and navigating files by name instead of clicking through folders. For example, instead of manually writing a for loop, you could have a snippet that generates the entire structure with a single keyword. Spend 30 minutes this week exploring your IDE's features, and you'll find shortcuts that save you seconds every few minutes, which adds up incredibly fast. Okay, you've mastered the basics and are already feeling the benefits. Now it's time to level up your workflow with intermediate automation. Let's move beyond your local machine and start automating your team's processes, specifically within your Git workflow. Think about your pull requests. Are you manually typing out the same description, template, and checklist every single time? Stop. With GitHub Actions or GitLab CI, you can create a template that automatically populates the PR description. You can even have it auto-generate a checklist based on the files changed, like have you updated the documentation? Or did you add unit tests? This not only saves you time, but also enforces best practices across your entire team. Now, let's get into building your own tools. Every team has its own unique set of diagnostic checks or deployment steps. Instead of relying on a fragile chain of memorized commands, why not build a custom command line interface or CLI tool? Using Python with libraries like Click or Typer or Node.js with Commander, you can bundle these complex sequences into a single, easy-to-use command. For instance, a command like shipit diagnose backend could automatically run health checks, pull the latest logs, and ping critical services, presenting you with a clean summary. This empowers not just you, but your entire team to perform complex operations safely and consistently. And what happens when things go wrong? You don't want to be the person who discovers a production build failed 3 hours after it happened. This is where automated notifications are a game changer. Integrate your CI/CD pipeline with Slack, Microsoft Teams, or even email. Setting up a webhook that posts a message to a channel whenever a build fails, a deployment succeeds, or a critical performance metric drops is incredibly simple. This creates a real-time feedback loop, allowing your team to react instantly to issues instead of discovering them later. It's about bringing critical information to you proactively. Ready to look into the future? Let's talk about advanced automation, where we move from scripting tasks to building intelligent, self-sufficient systems. First on the list is AI-powered code generation. Tools like GitHub Copilot are changing the game. They're not just for auto-completing a line of code. They are phenomenal for generating boilerplate, writing comprehensive test cases, or even translating a chunk of code from one language to another. Instead of spending an hour writing unit tests for a utility function, you can prompt the AI to generate them for you. And then you can focus your expertise on reviewing and refining them. This is about using AI as a partner to handle the predictable parts of coding. Next, let's go beyond CI/CD and think about self-healing infrastructure. Imagine a world where your system doesn't just alert you to a problem, it tries to fix it first. This is the promise of automated remediation. You can set up scripts that are triggered by monitoring alerts. For example, if a monitoring service detects that a server's memory usage is critically high, an automated script could be triggered to restart the problematic service or even spin up a new instance. This shifts you from being a reactive firefighter to an architect of a resilient, self-managing system. Finally, for those really complex workflows that span multiple applications, especially legacy systems without APIs, Robotic Process Automation, or RPA, comes into play. RPA tools can be programmed to mimic human interactions with graphical user interfaces. Think of a bot that can log into a web portal, download a report, extract specific data, and then enter that data into a separate desktop application. While it's often seen in business contexts, for engineers dealing with older enterprise tools, RPA can be a lifesaver, automating processes that were previously thought to be unautomatable. So what does all this mean for you? It's about a fundamental shift in mindset. Automation isn't just about saving a few minutes here and there. It creates a powerful snowball effect. The first script you write saves you 5 minutes a day. The CI workflow you automate saves your team an hour a week. The time you save from those automations, you can then reinvest into building more powerful, more impactful automations. It's a virtuous cycle of productivity. Your role begins to evolve. You're no longer just a doer of tasks. You become a builder of systems that do the tasks. You focus less on the manual execution and more on the strategic design of your own productivity engine. This is how you scale yourself and your impact as an engineer. You move from writing code to writing code that writes code or that manages systems for you. So here is my call to action for you. Don't try to automate everything at once. This week, pick just one small, annoying, repetitive task that you do every day. Maybe it's renaming a file, running a set of commands, or filling out a form, and just automate that one thing. Write a simple script, find a VS Code extension, or create a snippet. Experience that first win and feel the satisfaction of watching your computer do the work for you. That's the first step toward your automated engineering future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you some practical ideas to start your automation journey. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content on engineering, productivity, and software development. Let me know in the comments below, what is the first task you're going to automate? I'd love to hear about it. See you in the next one.